Hello and welcome to my channel, and my name is Lizzie, and for today's video we are watching The Haunting. So this movie is from '63 and it is actually based off of the same story, I guess, that The Haunting of Hill House is based off of. Now, I'm not really sure what that story particularly is. I just know that this is apparently based off of the same thing. I rented this one at the library as well, and it says, "It was an evil house from the beginning, a house that was born bad. The place is the 90-year-old mansion called Hill House. No one lives there, or so it seems, but please do come in, because even if you don't believe in ghosts, there's no denying the terror of the haunting." Okay, so it says it's the first screen adaptation of Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. Okay, so assuming that's the book, which I guess is the TV show gets its name from that. I am probably one of the only people on the planet that has not watched The Haunting of Hill House show on Netflix. I think I started watching it. I think I watched like the first episode or started to. I just wasn't in the mood at the time, I guess, for it. So I just wasn't feeling it, and I know I should, and maybe after I watch this movie I will. If you are not new here, then you probably know that haunting type stuff, not my biggest jam, but I'm gonna give this one a shot, because I got to, it's on the list. We'll see how it goes. So, just finished watching. This one is definitely different than the show. Like I said, I didn't watch the entirety of the show. I only saw like the first episode. But I do believe in the but I do know that in the show, it's like a family that used to live in the house, and it's them as like adults kind of talking about their experiences of the house as children, and there's like back and forthness. This one does not go that route at all. It is these four different separate people who all come together to stay in the house. You have this man who is like a supernatural investigator, basically, and he brings together, he initially invites like 6 people to come stay, but only 3 people show up. The son of the woman that actually owns the property, who will eventually inherit the house, stays, because, you know, he kind of wants to, like, find out what's gonna happen, like, what's actually going on with the house, if there's anything going on with the house, and his mother kind of wants that too. She also kind of wants him to go to, you know, get some responsibility for like his future. You have then these 2 women. You have Theodore, who she has like psychic abilities, and then you have Elle, who has a very strong connection to the spiritual world, so she really becomes kind of a main focus in this film, especially for the house. It really like attaches itself to her. She has like the most events. Some of the other characters, and one thing that was weird is that some of the other characters do experience some of those events as well. Not all of them. She has a lot of strong dreams, but they do experience some of the things. But yet throughout this film, they're really treating Eleanor like she's just kind of crazy and like losing it. They blame her like growing up and issues with like her mother and her mother's death, which is kind of like fucked up until like the end, and then they do, by the end of the film, really at the very end of the film, do realize that she was fucking right, that this house really just wanted her, and wanted her to stay there forever. So it seems like the house kind of, I guess, attaches itself to people that don't have anything else, and it definitely is the case with the Elle character. I really actually enjoyed it. It is less than 2 minutes long, but it's still on like the longer-ish side, just as an FYI. It is still a black and white film, it's not in color. And I mean, there are things about the film that did kind of annoy me a little bit. Eleanor's character is very over the top, even in the very beginning. Like, when you first meet her with her family, she's very over the top. There's people on the scooters outside. Very 90s. But she's very over the top with her family, which you kind of understand. Her sister's horrible. They really are horrible to her. She spends, like, her entire life taking care of her mother, and then her sister accuses her of, like, wanting her mother to die. And then she's just very over top with the other characters in the house, especially Theodore, who generally is very nice to Eleanor, and it's very odd because they have this, like, great relationship when they first meet, and are going around the house together, and in my opinion, Theodore is pretty great with Eleanor, even, like, when Eleanor's being fucking, like, over the top, and just, like, treating Theodore like shit. And, like, she can be a little bit, like, sassy and sarcastic, Theodore can. This is probably why I liked her character so much. So, yeah, like, her character can be quite a bit annoying, especially given the fact that, like, she was such a focal point. But I think it's that way on purpose so that you know the effect that this, like, house kind of has on her, or why maybe the other characters don't believe her so much, just because she's just, like, constantly so over the top. But all in all, I did actually really like the film. It does make me interested to see the show and see the differences, so maybe I will end up checking it out. Now, I don't know anything about the book. Obviously, I didn't even know it was whether or not it was actually based off of a book. So if you have read the book, let me know which adaptation seems more accurate, or if there's even another adaptation of the book other than these two that's more accurate. If you have seen this, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. If you have seen both adaptations, let me know your comparison thoughts. You know, not too many spoilers for the show, since, again, I haven't seen it. But just, you know, let me know your thoughts on both. If you did enjoy this, please do give a big old thumbs up. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button for more horror-related content. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another video. Bye!